There is nothing inherently wrong, for example, with Article 8 of the Council of Europe's Convention for the Protection of Human Rights and Fundamental Freedoms, which provides, in part, quote, "Everyone has the right to respect for his private life." Who could possibly disagree with such an inspiring sentiment? Any more than one could disagree with the inspiring sentiment of Article 5 of the 1789 French Declaration of the Rights of Man and of the Citizen, which said that, quote, "The law ought to prohibit only actions hurtful to society." Who can disagree with that? But whereas the latter, the provision of the French Declaration of Rights, was left to languish as an inspiring sentiment with no attempt to have judges enforce it against the French Parliament, the former, the right to respect for private life, has been made enforceable against the democratic governments of Europe by judgment of the European Court of Human Rights. What in the world does respect for private life consist of? Who knows, other than the European Court of Human Rights? Some 11 years or so ago, that provision was held to invalidate a provision of the United Kingdom's law against gross indecency, which said that the law's permission of private homosexual conduct did not apply, quote, "when more than two persons take part or are present," close quote. The Court of Human Rights held that the gross indecency law could not, by reason of the required respect for private life, be applied against what could only be described as a five-man homosexual orgy, which the participants considered so little confidential that they videotaped it. The Court of Human Rights did not specify how many people had to be participating in the sexual conduct before it would cease to qualify as part of each one's private life. Presumably it is some number between 5 and the number required to fill the Colosseum. In the course of its opinion, not only did the 7-judge chamber of the Court of Human Rights definitively resolve for the people of Europe the scope of legally protected privacy, it also ruled definitively upon what is, quote, "necessary in a democratic society for the protection of health or morals," close quote. For that is an exception to Article 8 of the Convention. I take no position, of course, on whether the prohibition of sex orgies is necessary for the protection of morals. I do assert, however, that in a democratic society, the binding answer to that value-laden question should not be provided by 7 lawyers, 7 unelected judges.